Richard is going to speed up down that line, Kafka has to cover middle with the backhand. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about dropping off the table. That is a topspin roll if I've ever seen one.
Quang Dong going after the PK body right at the start of this, Dominic.
Yeah, that's going to be a big mistake if they try to attack QD. QD's going to get all over that, and he's going to make Richard and PK pay if they try and attack him. Meta almost gets that ball back right there. Almost digging that out. But again, this should be a feeling out process here early on for both of these teams. Not a lot of familiarity between all four of these players. So I was talking to Kafka before the game. He needs to be ready for that ball in the middle with that two-hander. If Richard is going to speed up down that line, Kafka has to cover middle with the backhand. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about dropping off the table. That is a topspin roll if I've ever seen one.
Wow. QD now. Ooh. That was harsh meta. And he took a swing at it.
Couldn't have drawn up a better start for Meta and Q here with a 3-point lead. And they get 3 on their first service game. And that's the problem you run into. If you do not put the ball away on the first ball to Q, he's going to come right back at you. And it's going to come back harder and faster. He wanted to play it.
Yeah, that temptation to go big on that and still be as mindful of letting it go. And you would expect that from Richard Libanese. He's got that absolute experience, composure, IQ. He's leading proceedings so far.
That's a great answer right there from Kafka and Libanese Jr. If anyone can match QD's power, it is going to be Kafka. He's got a great forehand drive, big two-handed backhand.
Just saw the women's doubles final. How important was that first game? We saw it. We had Sophie and Shelby possibly taken that first game, it could have been an altogether different story.
Yeah, the first game always important in a 2 out of 3. You want to get off to that good start. You want to get that first game in your back pocket, knowing that if you lose game 2, you have a third game to get to. Wow, what a roll drop there from Kafka on the forehand.
5-3-2.
All right then, the men in red ready to serve. ATP red beautifully by Harsh Mehta. Richard had a look there. How good. Ooh, Patrick Cocker.
Wow, what a counter right there. And again, it's Kafka ready for the speed up from Libanese Jr. If he's not ready for that speed up, that ball's past him. Oh no, Q trying to get out of the way. Liverneese Jr. bodies him up. That's a great pull. We talk about when we pull the trigger, they're going center mass. That meaning go right at the chest. It's the hardest thing to get out of the way, and that's what Liverneese Jr. does right there.
Ooh. Wow. Now Richard will not like this one bit. And I'm sure, Dominic, you know this was his point. This was his moment. He'll have to hit that reset button. Move on.
No. You do not go there with Patrick Kafka. Check that ball. Check that ball for a crack because Kafka hits the ball as hard as anybody on tour. Oh, what a dig from Meta through transition. This ball gets right at his feet and he digs it out perfectly.
Wow! What an angle from Richard Liverneese on the backhand put away. Beautiful flying across the court. Making a statement there as we head into this mini towel break. And they'll return.
That angle is absolutely amazing. Hits the Ernie. Oh my, that's dad strength right there. The new father, Patrick Kafka, finding his inner dad strength with that drive down the line. And this is a 9-1 run here for Kafka and Liverneese Jr.
Oof, it is tight. Now this is PK on his serve, who's looking really good. Harsh Mehta, the southpaw, comes alive there.
That's a great counter there from Mehta as he finds the feet of Liverneese Jr. I like the speed up, though, from Liverneese Jr. Kafka and Liverneese just couldn't settle it down. They're trying to counter, but the counters just kept getting higher and higher. When you do that to QD and Mehta, they're going to make you pay.
One.
Here we go. The loud come on from Harsh Mehta. The Indian coming alive and from massive support here in Mumbai for their local lad. Wow, we've seen this. Wow, the ATP response. Just saw that sometime back, saw it again. This time, Richard Liverneese manages to get the job done and dusted.
Everyone's going to look at that point and think that Liverneese, the hands is the answer right there. It's not the hands, it's the footwork. He slides into this shot beautifully after the initial speed up. Great footwork from Liverneese Jr. Kafka just trying to duck out of the way. Can't get out of the way, and now it is a 1-point game. That ball does stay in. You had Meta and QD trying to get out of the way, but a nice stop here from Liberties Jr. and Kafka. 2 points away from taking the ever so important game number 1.
Richard now. On the feed of PK. Harsh is looking good here. It's tight. This opening game, the curse of 9, still alive. Double digits on the board now for Richard and Patrick.
When Kafka goes up like that, I'm almost ducking in the booth to get out of the way, and we're nowhere near it. That's how hard he is swinging and hitting that ball. Now gives him and partner Liberties Jr. their first opportunity at game point. No, and the serve goes long. That's what QD does almost better than anyone. The first speed up is at Kafka. The second one, he changes direction and goes behind Liberties.
Beautiful. The wrist work. The hands from Harsh Mehta. This is quality stuff. 10 apiece, golden point. Here we go. The Indo-Vietnamese pairing take the first one, 11-10. Wow. Here we go. By a slender 1 point, on that golden point, the Indo-Vietnamese pair took the first one. And they are looking red hot at the start of this second one as well.
See, the difference right there, too, is Meta's left-handed. So Liberties Jr. and Kafka, I don't know if they've played many righty-lefty combos. And so Meta's able to close more ground in the middle with that forehand being in the middle, rather than if that was a lefty or a righty, that'd be a backhand. So he'd be able to get away with more in the middle there.
Yes, that's one reason why we see so many lefty-righty combinations on the doubles tour. Oh, but this time that left hand, when it came so close to the shoes, not easy for Harsh there. Here we go. They need to take a moment. Patrick Kafka and Richard Libanese, they need to believe. Can still come back into this. Wow. Solid hands from QD.
That's tough right there. Liberties Jr. trying to drive off his back foot. I'd rather him try and drop that in. You have Meta and QD with two of the strongest counters. There's that drop I'm talking about. Still a little early, I think, to pull the trigger right there from Liberties Jr. If he waits one or two more balls, maybe he gets one a little higher. They've got to grind this out and work the point a little longer. That's dirty from Meta. That drive right there. Just the shape he puts on it. Oh my. Meta smiling, coming back to the baseline right there. He's all over that, but it just skips past the baseline. I think we just got a yak Q out of Q. Talking to himself in the third person right now. Wow, what a ball right there.
Can Harsh Mehta give them all a reason to celebrate after this one? QD, that's a rare miss by his own high standards.
He got a little big on it, but I don't blame him. Up 5-0, you got a little cushion. That's good patience there from Livernice Jr. Early in this game, he would have pulled the trigger on that ball in the middle. He doesn't, pushes QD a little wide, forces the mistake. Relentless attacks from QD up at the kitchen line, not allowing any one of those balls to bounce and not allowing Livernice Jr. and Kafka to get to the kitchen line. And that's the game plan from early on. When I talked with Kafka before the game, let Livernice work in the middle. If he pulls the trigger, Kafka's got to be ready for the backhand counter. He was right there. They put a crooked number up on the board.
Here we go. QD now. We have that 3-point cushion. Ooh.
The space created there by Kafka, great job of recognizing, letting Livernice Jr. cook in the middle. Just out of the reach there of Mehta. He goes over, try and dry that hand off. Big hold there for Kafka and Livernice Jr. Ooh, nasty backhand ATP there from Livernice Jr. And it's going to force a timeout here from QD and Mehta. As here comes Kafka and Livernice Jr. as we take another look.
Harsh Mehta to get that gold. So many of them coming here on center court. They're being treated to a top-class pickleball doubles contest in this final. Loud cheers, whistles, horns, commotion, intensity as QD and Harsh find themselves 6 points away from that gold medal.
Wow, great read there from Kafka as QD goes for the one-handed flick. Kafka clears the body, gets that backhand down. Ooh, the footwork from Livernice Jr. That's sexy. It really is.
Fancy makes it look so good. Takes flight as Alexa Schull and Aiden Schenk look on. Everyone here for this men's doubles final of the Grand Slam. The man in red hot form. The pairing in red. Here they come again with the serve, looking to level this. Here comes Richard Livernice.
battle. It's the talk, though, from Meta, the communication to let QD know he didn't have that Ernie. Beautifully done. Oh, that's pretty. The one-handed front foot backhand there from Kafka. I love it, Meta. Just getting behind Q, going, you're on it. I love it. Don't change anything. That's a great drop right there from Livernese Jr. catching QD on the uncoil from the stack. Just a little late getting there.
Six, 5-2.
Ooh,
Side out.
the backhand, the double-handed drive there. QD is taking his time before this
5-6-1.
building up that moment.
Yeah, that's a good spot. This is a good adjustment right here from Meta and QD. When they sped up at Kafka there, they went off the right hip now instead of the left hip that he's been clearing. It's a beautiful adjustment by these two. Shake and bake at its finest right there. The drive from QD, the crash from Meta. And now back in the lead.
Wow, that's control. That's Richard Livernese standing strong, standing tall. Can he keep it going?
But you and I are both over here just nodding our heads going, I mean, that's a great point. Good point construction from QD. Not sure why Livernese Jr. and Kafka aren't testing the backhand of Meta a little more on the dink.
Whoa, cat and mouse. Catch me if you can, says Richard Livernese with that drop. How beautifully was that executed? It's tight. It is testing those legs. So much energy spent across the last 8 days, across the leagues and the Grand Slam. Who's got the lungs? Who can push through now? Ooh, just wide.
QD thought he had something with Kafka cross court from him, so he thought he could really roll that wide and catch Kafka. I don't think he's wrong. He just overhit it a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind going to the backhand of Meta, but he's too long to go to a forehand right there because if he's able to reach that just like that, he can reach in and roll that through the middle.
Wow. They're pumped. Look at the energy. The fist bumps from Cutie and Harsh. Looking into each other's eyes, they can feel the moment. This could be their time to shine. Big drive from Cutie. Feeding off each other's energies at the moment.
Great patience from all four of these gentlemen. I don't mind that pull from Meta, but again, great counter. Livernice Jr. and Kafka waiting. And again, that's what I want Livernice Jr. and Kafka to do. Grind this out, take some time. Incredible footwork from.
This man will not let this one go out without a fight. Keep themselves alive. They still have this on their serve now. Can they level it? They've gotten within a distance of one. One more point and we see a curse of 9 applicable to both these pairs. Wow. Or like Dominic says, the fear of double digits.
Oh, Kafka, both hands in the air going, let that go. It's clear, 9-9 in the second here.
From 7-9 to 9 apiece, this is it. Here we go. Wow, 3 straight points for the Americans. One more and we see a decider, Dominic.
No way, the miscommunication on the last point. We're going to 3. Wow.
What a thrilling third game. As we see, pretty much nothing separating them in the first two. How tight were those? And for all of you just tuning in, it was 9-7 in favor of Cutie and Harsh. They were 1 point away from match points. From there, Richard and Patrick took 4 straight points to take that second one.
And this is not the start that Livernice Jr. and Kafka wanted, down 2-0 quickly. Fighting over it in the middle is Livernese Jr. and Kafka. And now is not the time for miscommunication. Almost sounds like the team event is coming up with all the horns in the crowd now. It's starting to get hype.
Moments away from that big Pro League final where Bengaluru goes up against Hyderabad, but the tension building. Again, it's the Indo-Vietnamese pairing that get off to a flying start. On Sun, 5 points away from gold medal alongside Ashmeta. Will that gold now come to QD? You don't see him miss out on so many disciplines. He was out of that singles, went down against Riley Hart. Casey Diamond and Sophia Seving got the better of QD and Rose earlier today in the mixed doubles as well. Now can he finally grab on to that first place alongside Harsh Mehta? Or will Richard and Patrick still manage to do the unthinkable?
I love the speed up there from QD. You're up 7-0. Absolutely try and pull something right there and get that side out.
Lob from Richard. Maybe just could have taken this a little longer. Dominic, what do you think?
Yeah, I wanted him to keep grinding right there. If that lob does stay in or is in height, Meta's going to take that. Ooh, just wide right there from QD, trying to go two-hander down the line. So 3-point run here for Livernese Jr. and Kafka. Right time, right spot there for Livernese Jr. And now all of a sudden, this one inching ever so closely. I know where Kafka's trying to go. He's trying to get the meta right there on the uncoil. But QD does such a good job of covering and helping his partner out.
Watch it, says QD. Harsh caught in that no man's land.
That's too good. Little pancake forehand there from Kafka. finds the line. Quick side out, no damage done. Still a 3-point ball game. Ooh, Kafka couldn't stop his momentum. His momentum was going. He's really just got to go for that ball right there with that backhand.
They were up 7-0. 4 points going Richard and Patrick's way now. Harsh and Judy off this number of 7 get ahead. Fighting Richard and Patrick.
Kafka, the hands on the backhand, lightning quick. Patrick Kafka keeping them in it. This one it looked like QD and Harsh were going to take advantage. Kafka says, not today.
Wow. All right then.
Wow, Meta in the middle right there. That was huge. Great hands, great reset.
Nine, 4-1, 2 points away from that gold. The Indo-Vietnamese pair. Richard and PK, how good have they looked? Can they still turn it? That won't help.
Finds the corner, does Harsh Mehta. The paddle toss, the celebration. And the lone Indian left in the draw takes the gold here at the Indian Pickleball Grand Slam.